Hello, okay, so the first stage in ego matureness and awareness and ego identity is the physiocentric stage, the body self stage. Okay, so that's like when a baby finds their hands, they're like all, they realize that they're alive, that they have their body. So at stage one, it's all about, you still, the umbilical cord is still connected to the mother, That's why babies cry. So like, have you ever wondered, like, why do babies cry? It's because they know about their physical, they know that they have a physical body, but they haven't really figured out that they're separate from their mom, and they're separate from you, and they're separate from the world. See? So again, like in total Buddhahood awareness, after you've gone through all the things and back through them and back through them and everything, and you're aware, then you realize that you're one with everything. But really, that's where you start as a baby. That's why the Buddha shaves his head, because you start out thinking you're one with everything. So that's why babies do that. They cry. They're like, there's a room full of adults, and they're all like that. They're crying, and the adults are thinking, like, why do babies cry? Like, what the, and then like or there's like a little kid, and the kid's like, all, I want a sucker, or I want the candy bar. I want the candy bar, And the reason why they're so annoying and so loud and so ridiculous about it is because they don't know that you're a different person, and they don't know their mom's a different person. They don't know that we don't care. We'd like to think we care, but we don't really care, and that's why it's annoying when babies cry, because you're like, oh, I don't know what that baby's crying about, but whatever it is, I don't care, and that's why you're annoyed. Because you've noticed that you're two different people, but the baby hasn't noticed that yet. The baby hasn't noticed that you and the mom, it thinks that we're all the same person, and it thinks that it's one with everything. So that's why they do. That's why a lot of what babies do is because of that. So people that are stuck on stage one, so the way these stages work is stage one is kind of like the bottom of the pyramid, So most people spend their whole life stuck at this stage, they grow up, but they keep going back to that same behavior, and they don't ever really branch out beyond themselves. So the stage one is the physiocentric stage, meaning you're just constantly locked into your own existence. You don't have a sense of others, so you're selfish. And the people that are stuck at the first level of awareness, they tend to just, all they think about is food and sex. They're just trying to feed them, what do they want to eat, and who do they want to have sex with, and they're just like, all the things they think about, the things they need, the things they want are all just food and sex, and they have that, that's where most people spend most of their lives, so that's like, you don't want to be judgmental, but the question is, why are we here? Who am I? Why we're here? We keep reincarnating over and over and over again because we're trying to learn who we are. And when you learn who you are, then when you die, you won't have to reincarnate again. You'll realize you're one. So it's kind of like a ghost is something that has unfinished business. And the reason they have unfinished business is because they have some ego thing that's connecting them back into this world. To be egoless, there's nothing pulling you back into the cycle. You're just, because you're so aware that you're one with everything, that you just become one with everything, and you become like an angel, busy at the work of Jah, because you're one with Jah, because you are Jah, So like you want to go through the 7 levels. So when you're meditating, if you notice that all you think about is food and sex, and you don't have any sense of others, then you need to mature yourself to try going to the next level and the next level, like think about the next level needs, and notice that you want those needs too, and then you can break out of that thing. But most people are going to reincarnate again. That's why we reincarnate hundreds of times, because we're stuck at food and sex, you know? And who we are is not food and sex. That's just the needs of the body, and it's quite below our capacity as thinkers and as spiritual beings, you know? Like they say, your body is like the vessel of your soul, you know? So who you are is not the vessel, you know, it's the soul.